Welcome into not our first World Cup video, but certainly our most unique, I would say. The World Cup in Qatar is kicking off in just about a month, but we're going to start off by ranking the kits that each country will wear in the 2022 World Cup. Josh Sperber here with Brian McDonough, the host of State of Soccer. And Brian, I'm really excited for this.
Josh, I'm so excited for this. It doesn't matter how good the teams are on the field. It doesn't matter who's injured, who's not, because this is all about the kits. And I have some favorites in mind, but we're gonna go through them one by one, group by group. Let's get started. And Josh, I guess we'll kick it off right now with Group A, and we'll start off with Qatar.
Yeah, I really like the designs on the sleeves. It kind of shows the flag a little bit. Other than that, it's a pretty simple kit, but it's a good start.
Yeah, it's okay. I like the design on this. I like the flag on the sleeves as well. It's a Nike kit. Other than that, though, I'm not really that impressed. I think it's kind of plain, but there's something to be said about that. So, second team of the group is Ecuador.
Yeah, this just looks like a classic Ecuador kit, but the piping on the side, I think, makes it stand out a lot more than we've seen from the classic yellow jerseys in the past few years.
Mm-hmm. I'd agree with that. I like the yellow overall. It's something different. It's something kind of unique. I mean, there's Netherlands are orange, but outside of that, there aren't really many yellow teams in this World Cup. Brazil, but if you even call that really kind of a shade of yellow. But yeah, we'll move on to Senegal.
Yeah, these might be an underdog. You think of the white kits as just a lot more plain, but this really gives that the flavor of the country, and you can really tell that it represents Senegal very well.
Plus, just the Puma in general. Yeah. I think I kind of like the Puma brand personally. It's a little bit unique when it comes to this crop of jerseys. We see so much Nike. I like the emblem. It's a lion. I know you can't really see it from here. I'll flash up another image on this video when I edit it. But yeah, just the custom kind of flag on the sleeves. Kind of reminiscent of Qatar's jersey. And then last, we got Netherlands.
I'm not sure if it's just the way that it's lit, but these are my early favorites. Like the really bright, kind of shiny orange just brings kind of a modern flavor to Netherlands' just classic orange kits.
And the Netherlands have some of the most classic kits. I mean, they've been just kind of consistent with the orange. And for that, I think they're definitely one of our favorites. Now we have to pick, Josh, the two that are going to move on between Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, and Netherlands in Group A.
I think we made these same predictions when we talked about the early group stage predictions when they came out, but I'm going Netherlands and Senegal for my top two.
Netherlands in first, Senegal in second for Group A? Yeah. All right, let's move on to Group B for these jerseys. Now, this one is a little bit boring in my opinion. We'll start off with England as the top team in Group B.
Is that their warm-up kit or their actual jersey?
This is their actual jersey.
It doesn't stand out,
Mm-hmm. And this is kind of Nike's new design for the 2022 World Cup. We'll skip to the U.S. because I agree with you. This doesn't stand out, but in some respects, it's more stylish than the U.S. This is the United States men's national team jerseys at this World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could be better, but I know there's been a lot of backlash about the U.S. jerseys. And yeah, I mean, is it the best jersey that the American team's ever put out? No, but I still think it looks nice, and it looks just kind of simple and straightforward. And I think that's kind of what the U.S. is trying to put out there for this World Cup.
Okay, some consistency in brand, some consistency with their starting 11, which we don't see.
But that's another video, Brian.
We have Iran also in the group.
These look really nice. They kind of it's similar to some Mexico kits I've seen in the past in the cross-country comparison there, but I really love the way they have the logo across the chest.
I do too, and actually I'm kind of noticing that for the first time. Also, similar to, I think it was Senegal and Qatar, they also have the flag, if you look down along the sleeves here, which I think is kind of a cool, paying tribute to the flag of Iran. I like this one. This is my favorite so far in the group.
Yeah.
And last in the group is my favorite of the four personally. I want to see what you think. Wales. I don't know what it is. I love this jersey.
Yeah, this looks like a really classic Wales kit. I'm a big fan of the red as well, but I mean it's kind of like we said about the US ones. It just doesn't really kind of stand out,
It doesn't, but the badge. I've always liked the Wales badge, and I really kind of like that. it almost kind of has that Adidas flair, Adidas, whatever you want to call it, at the top. The 3 lines up there, it almost kind of gives off a like a Nottingham Forest their late 70s Champions League runs, something like that. I don't know, random, but I'm gonna say Wales and Iran. I want to see what you think.
I definitely think Iran is going through.
Okay,
that is clearly my favorite kit from this group. But I think I'm gonna have to agree with you. USA is gonna come in a close third. I think just goal differential decides that kit right there.
In England, we're not even considering.
No,
even with the 3 lines badge, the classic badge.
That's like the only good thing about the kit. I mean,
okay.
it looks like a default background on a Mac. Like, that's just not what you want in a jersey.
So Iran moves through with Wales, which I don't think in the actual World Cup this will happen. Who knows? I mean, but hey, this is the Kit World Cup, so this is completely different. Now we're going to start off Group C, Josh, with a favorite. I think could be a favorite in this Kit World Cup.
It's always hard to pick against Argentina as a team, but also as these jerseys. The classic 3 stripes. It's unchanged, and you don't really need it to change. It's always a winner.
And Josh, before I kind of add my 2 cents on Argentina's jersey, I want to say if you guys love these jerseys so far, I'm actually doing a promotion right now. We are only days away from the FIFA World Cup. To celebrate, State of Soccer is doing a jersey giveaway. Listen closely. All you have to do is subscribe to State of Soccer on YouTube and comment on this video who you will be cheering for at the World Cup. Once again, sub to State of Soccer on YouTube. Let us know which World Cup team you are rooting for and earn the chance to win a free jersey. To increase your odds of winning, State of Soccer will be giving away 1 jersey per every 100 subscribers. The winner will be announced in my first episode on location from Qatar. Best of luck, and I'll see you at the World Cup. So let's move on, Josh, to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, this is about as unimpressive as I think Saudi Arabia's team is at the face, but I do kind of like the like white on the really light gray designs. It's kind of subtle, and just the more you look at it, just the more you see in it. It's not a great kit, but there's definitely some dark horse aspects of this nice white and green one.
The more you look at it, it grows on you, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of like how the emblem, and I don't know if you can really consider the emblem as part of the kit, I guess, the crest, but it's also the design around the crest. But the way this is incorporated on this Saudi Arabia jersey looks kind of nice in a way. It really blends well together. Now, you mentioned before, you're kind of talking about, I think, Iran, comparing it to Mexico, I want to say. Well, here's Mexico's kit in Group C.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned Iran's jersey look kind of like some of the older Mexican like home jerseys. This is what we've seen a lot of, but I think it has just more flavor on these green jerseys. I really like the design up top and how it just kind of fades into the normal green color. It's a really, really good one for Mexico. No Dos a Cero games here.
And Mexico changed their emblem, their crest, recently. I think this past year. I wasn't a fan of it at first, but I kind of like it now, and especially on this jersey. Once again, these are all the home jerseys we're going through today in the groups. So there are the away jerseys as well, but these are the home jerseys. Now let's flash up Poland.
Poland is, it's very simple. I really like the work on the sleeves and how just the plain white front really emphasizes the country's emblem there. So it'll be a nice kit to look at while watching Robert Lewandowski score a lot of goals.
All right, now for this one, I think it's pretty easy to say. We'll put Argentina through. I think you have to.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to whenever Argentina's in any sort of World Cup group. But I mean, this is, I think, the deepest group in terms of kits that we've seen so far. That second place spot is going to be tough, but I'm saying Argentina and Mexico go through here.
I was going to say the same thing. Argentina, Mexico. I think Poland is kind of nice. I mean, I love their crest. Saudi Arabia looks good as well. But Argentina, Mexico, taking the top 2, which we could see in real life in Group C. Yeah. So let's move on to France, which is another kind of staple classic jersey.
Yeah, I mean, France has never been a team that has tried to show off with their kits. They're more about their play on the field, and this is pretty exemplary of it. The second star's got to be nice for France fans, but just not an impressive kit.
Yeah, I kind of agree. It's pretty. It kind of almost looks like a rugby kit a little bit more than a football soccer kit. Let's move on to Australia, where Josh is currently right now streaming in live.
Speaking of rugby kits. Yeah, this is Australia's one's really nice. I think it represents Australia really well. Kind of the sunny, deserty, kind of outback vibe from it. Another winner from the Aussies.
Now, Josh, can you talk a little bit about, I will actually be physically at the World Cup in a month from now in Qatar. Josh, you will be calling some of the games. Let's talk about that and take a quick break on the channel.
Yeah, I'm currently based in Melbourne, Australia, and that's where I'll be calling World Cup games from. Right here, we've got about 10 games, I think, just in the group stages that will have nice watch-along for you on State of Soccer, and we'll have another opportunity to see what's coming in the World Cup on November 5th during the MLS Cup.
That's exactly right, Josh. So, guys, once again, make sure to subscribe, comment below on the jersey that you like, and tune in for these streams because that's when I'll announce the winner. Moving on to Denmark. Really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say this is a really plain kit, but kind of like the Saudi Arabia ones, you notice a lot of the subtleties there. You've got kind of the stripes on the sleeves, the cool little shadowy sort of vibe on the side there. It's pretty good. I'd definitely say that these first two will eliminate France.
And it's unique, but I think they were trying to make a stance actually against FIFA with this one. I didn't read completely entirely into it. Maybe someone can comment below what this represents. But I think there's a movement with this jersey, and I do kind of like how humble, how subtle it is. The crest, I had to really look at it to tell what it is. It's kind of a jersey that I think I would just purchase because I think it looks kind of cool personally.
Yeah, and according to the Guardian, which is the European newspaper, the designs are criticizing the human rights record of the host nation Qatar, which was part of the I guess protest when they initially were chosen to host the World Cup. So that's why they're kind of blanking out their logos. And I know that there's a kit. They have 3 kits, a black, a white, and this red one. And one of them will be included to honor migrant workers.
Wow. So very cool. So, I mean, this kind of transcends the game, of course. So a very cool jersey, and respect to Denmark for that. Now, Tunisia, Group D, the final team in Group D.
Yeah, this is going to be you've got 3 good contenders for some solid kits here. Tunisia's are really nice with the kind of, it looks like henna almost, the designs on the front of it, and then the red and the white, obviously of their country's flag. I really like these. And
what's that brand? I did the top, up here.
I have no idea.
That company. I know it's European, but it's interesting. It's the only kit that represents that brand as well. I'm looking at the branding too. Nike, Adidas, whoever you have. So with that, Josh, I'm gonna go ahead first off and say I want to move Denmark through because I think it's a really unique kit, and I kind of find it interesting. Do you agree?
I'd really like to move Denmark through on the meaning behind the kit, but if we're basing it purely on looks, I think it's Tunisia and Australia.
Interesting. So would you be the most likely to wear this kit though in public with a pair of jeans walking down the street compared to the other ones, or?
Well, I'm living in Australia now, so I think that's the one I'd be most likely to wear.
All right, so move Australia through, and we'll move Tunisia. So Tunisia and Australia are moving through in Group D, which once again, it's kind of an upset here if we're talking about the actual play on the field. But these teams are coming out and making some fashion stances.
With Denmark going out on PKs.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to go to Spain, España.
Yeah, heavy bias for me here. I did study in Madrid when I was still in college, and this is just another classic Spain kit. The red is not as kind of bright as you usually see it from La Roja, but I mean this is as classic as you're going to get.
And once again, obviously the famous crest representing their 2010 lone World Cup title. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. It's nice, it's sleek, it's classic. Costa Rica is number 2 in the group. What do you think?
I expected a lot more from the Ticos. They're usually a team that is quite stylish, but these just don't look like they have the same kind of like, I don't want to say effort, but just the kind of energy that we've seen from some of these other kits.
It almost looks like every single player is going to be repping in like a captain's armband. Like, doesn't that kind of, it's strange, right? The cuffs on the sleeve.
Wait, that's not a captain's armband?
No. If you see it, it's replicated.
Oh, that's the real sleeve. Okay.
It's bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah, that's strange. Maybe it's like perfectly designed to hold the armband. I don't know.
Germany, which I think it's once again classic. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a more like modern version of the classic kits from Germany. I think they really knocked this one out of the park.
All right, so we're going to cast aside Costa Rica before I get to the last team, Japan, because we know Japan brings it when it comes to their kits. Oh, yeah. Let's pick the sole. In fact, let's just go to Japan because I know Japan's advancing. Look at this thing; it's unbelievable.
Yep, that might unseat the Netherlands as my favorite so far. I mean, this is really nice.
And I'm looking at it, it's kind of what I wanted to selfishly see the U.S. men's national league team do. In 94, they kind of had that, like, the stars pattern, and you could almost kind of picture a star pattern for the U.S. with their badge up there, but it's Japan. And I think it looks fantastic, really. Adidas really brought it with their jerseys this World Cup.
Yeah, I can certainly see the long-haired Alexi Lalas wearing one of these kits with a U.S. flag instead of the Japanese crest on it. So, yeah, I think I agree with you there, Brian.
Who also wiped the field with the U.S. in the last friendly as well. So they're looking pretty good right now. Really tactical on the field, so technical on the field as well. So let's take a look here. I think, is it safe to say Japan through, Josh, and then it's Spain or Germany? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I think Japan gets all 9 points and a massive goal differential as well. I think they might have a scoring record against Costa Rica in that little group stage kit matches there. Spain and Germany is a lot tougher one to call. I really want to say Spain. I really do, but I just think Germany's look a lot nicer.
I was unimpressed with Spain personally. I didn't want to let you down because I know you're getting excited, and you once again it means more. It transcends the team, the crest, the jersey, the kit, because you studied there, right?
I did.
But
Madrid.
I studied. I worked abroad in Germany, so I'm going to go with Germany, and I'm going to go with Japan. I think they're advancing through.
Yeah, it's Japan 1, Germany 2 for sure. Japan's in the winners bracket.
Okay, now we look towards Group F, which a lot of people think would be a tough group on the field. And when it comes to the kits, see what you think about this one. I'm going to stay quiet on this one.
I'm still not sure how I feel about the sleeves, but because Belgium is usually nicknamed the Red Devils, I really like the whole fire on the sleeves. But
interesting.
These kits are really nice.
Am I that big of a moron that I didn't really put 2 and 2 together there with what they were trying to do?
Do you really want me to answer that on camera, Brian?
All right, so I think that could be an early favorite. Now we go to Croatia because I'm going to skip to them because I love these jerseys.
Yeah, another one we've talked about: Germany, Spain, Netherlands, countries bringing their classic kits, and Croatia's doing the same, but they got a little bit of a spin on it. It's not like completely checkerboards like I believe their 2018 ones.
Yeah.
It's a nice mix between just a classic soccer jersey and then just the Croatian, checkerboard white and red flair.
Yeah, I like it. I think
I'm a big fan. Yeah,
I'm a big fan. I think we're going to move that one through, but I want to go to your other nation because you are a dual citizen, Canadian as well. What do you think of Canada?
I mean, that looks kind of like a warm-up jersey. I mean, being the fact that I am half Canadian, I would, as you said, wear this on the street with some jeans and whatnot, but it's going to be tough to send this kit through with the Croatian and Belgian kits for sure.
Now, are you seeing kind of the similarities in design amongst Nike, Qatar, England, USA? Everything kind of looks like a warm-up kit, doesn't it? It's interesting. And I think the only difference, Croatia was Nike, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's the only real difference. But the difference here is just these are the kind of kits that we've always seen Croatia wear. Other than that, Nike was not as daring with their designs as we've seen some of the other brands like Adidas or New Balance try to be. And it makes me wonder if by partnering with Nike, some of these national teams like the U.S. might stay more consistent year in and year out with their jerseys. Just a thought here. Let's move on over to Morocco, representing Puma.
Yeah, these look like what you'd expect from like Portuguese jerseys, but I mean, we started off with 2 really good ones, and then I'm a lot less impressed by Morocco's and Canada's. Okay,
so it's safe to say we're going to move through Belgium as well as Croatia.
Yeah, Belgium. I think Belgium definitely wins the group, and Croatia comes in probably 9 and 6 in terms of points there.
Now we're in Group G, which is a tough group. All these groups are tough on the field. Yeah. We're at the World Cup here, but Brazil, they're just a tough team to beat when it comes to their jerseys.
Yeah, and we talked about it when we were bringing up the Argentina kit. Just it's what you're going to get from these Brazil kits, and these a little bit more flair with the green and blue kind of piping on the collar and the sleeves. So I think this is even better than what we usually see from Brazil.
If you guys like this jersey, I'm going to say it again. Comment below if you think Brazil is going to win or if it's your favorite team and you could have a chance to win it, because this is just a classic jersey with their 5 World Cup titles up there. Now Serbia, which I didn't jump off. I mean, like, oh, that's Serbia. That's their kit. I was looking at it and I couldn't really identify the nation, but it's Serbia. What do you think?
Well, I think Serbia is really trying to rebrand themselves as more of a soccer nation because they have such a resurgence of young soccer talent, and they're really trying to make it more about their play on the field than their kit here. I'm a big fan of the red and gold colorway, but the kit itself is unimpressive.
Okay, and I kind of agree with that. Switzerland.
Really nice. I mean,
Really
I would have
nice,
just
yeah.
put a big picture of Roger Federer on there because he's retiring, but that's just me. In all seriousness, though, big fan of these kits. I love the kind of faded stripes up on the top. This looks like they're in good position to advance.
Okay, so far Brazil, Switzerland advancing, and now here's who I think could be the dark horse of this whole competition here, the 2022 Kit World Cup.
Ooh, that's going to make a real tough choice. This might be my favorite in the entire group, if I'm being completely honest.
You like it that much?
Love the lion and their crest as well, and I just really like the style of these kits with like the kind of white slashes in the background. There's just so much more depth in this kit than I think we've seen in most others.
There's actually a lot going on with this, and if you look actually at the top of the left shoulder, there's multiple colors here for Cameroon's flag, so that's interesting too.
Yeah, it really kind of breaks down the flag of the country, and it kind of puts that in focus, and that's why I think this is my favorite kit of Group G. I
don't know if the 5 stars are representing African Cup of Nations titles. If anyone it has to be. Stars
are always championships on a soccer kit, as you know, and I don't think Cameroon's won any World Cups, so I think that's got to be the Africa Cup of Nations.
Yeah, typically at the international level, though, especially the World Cup, is reserved for World Cup titles, so that's interesting too. But hey, why not be proud of what you've accomplished?
They have a rich soccer history.
They do. So Brazil and Cameroon moving through.
Yeah, I think Switzerland's a really tough out in third, but I mean that classic Brazil kit is hard to root against.
One thing about Switzerland, similar to Cameroon, are kind of like the flag as well as the emblem here, the crest, the player kicking the ball. That's also a classic crest. But I'm going to move Brazil and Cameroon through with you. Group H, who a lot of people consider to be the group of death on the field here, although I think things are kind of changing with players getting injured. But we'll talk about Portugal right now, Portugal's jersey. What are your thoughts?
These are some of the best Portugal jerseys that I've seen.
Really?
You've seen a lot more of like just the red of the nation's color of Portugal, but this one has a nice, it looks kind of like a green sash, and I really like the way that it's organized.
Ghana.
A little bit disappointed. I love the Ghanaian crest that they have there with the soccer ball and the flag on it. The flags on the sleeves are great, but other than that, it's just too plain. And I mean, we've just seen so much better kits from Ghana in the past.
I agree. I like the black star in the middle. It's interesting to me because Ghana has always had great kits, and I was reading online that a lot of Ghanaian, people were just really upset with the kits this time around. So I'm not really expecting much out of them from the World Cup on the field, and I think their kits aren't really bringing it either. So hopefully they prove me wrong. But Portugal over Ghana right now. Now, Josh, I want to preface this next one because for whatever reason, it might be the color. I've always loved this kit. I love the collar. I love the sleeves. I love the crest. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's the classic. It's another classic Uruguayan kit. I mean, I know they've had the blue and white stripes on some of their kits, and that is more the style that I prefer. But this just looked like a vintage classic team uniform.
It does. And last in the group we have is South Korea.
Yeah, I think the two red ones might have it for me. I really like these South Korean kits. Red is my favorite color, so partly into that, but I like the collar on the top and the kind of stripes on the sleeves, sort of like what Poland had on their kits, but I think with the red background, it looks a lot better.
So you want to send South Korea through along with Portugal? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, this is where we're going to differ here. Okay, because I really like Uruguay, personally.
I mean, it's a nice kit, but it's
my favorite color. I love that. I love the sky blue, that blue color personally. I know you're an NYCFC fan as well, so
true. Hey, you're the one making the bracket. You're the boss. So, but I think I'd say Uruguay over Portugal if any of the teams. But I definitely think South Korea, in my opinion, has my favorite kit in the group.
Let's compromise here: South Korea and Uruguay, who I think I could see the two of these teams advancing in the actual World Cup. Now, Josh, with that, we're going to move over to the round of 16 to the quarterfinal, semifinal, and final. We're doing it all. So let's move on to the next round, the knockout rounds. All right. So we are now shaping up for the knockout rounds here. Once again, this is the 2022 Kit World Cup. Make sure to like if you're enjoying this video so far. We're going to start off, Josh, in the upper left side, the round of 16 being played out on the field December 3rd through 6th with Netherlands, Wales. And I'm going to bring those jerseys back up real quick. Netherlands, this is what we're looking at. Beautiful classic kit. And Wales.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have to bring those up. Netherlands has been a favorite. Was one of my early favorites when I started looking at these kits. So I think they'll pull through easily.
All right, so we have Netherlands pulling through right here. Now, next up in the knockout rounds in the 2022 Kit World Cup, we have the legendary Argentina jersey, classic kit, taking on Tunisia. This is interesting. Yeah,
this is a lot tougher in the kit matchup than it would be on the field, I think. But I like. It's so hard to pick against Argentina, but Tunisia makes this one close. I really like the designs underneath the red color there, but I still think I'm giving the edge to Argentina.
I'm going to give it to Argentina. I want to give it to Tunisia because it makes for a better video, but we'll give it to Argentina.
On PKs. Penalty kits. No.
Wow, look at this quarterfinal matchup, Netherlands and Argentina on the field. I could see that in real life. Now let's move.
100%.
This is Japan versus Croatia. So let me quickly flash up here. I'm searching for Japan's jersey. Here we go. We saw it. And Josh, I don't even know if this image does the jersey justice personally. I think this kind of could dull the jersey down a little bit. And then we have the really exciting Croatia jersey.
Yeah, I mean, the Croatia ones are really nice, but it's really hard to top those Japan jerseys. I think the Japanese go through.
Japan, who's ranked number 24 in the world right now by FIFA rankings, is moving on, which I think they honestly could be better than 24 as well on the field. Now we have Cameroon, Josh. Cameroon versus Uruguay. So I'm going to flash up Uruguay right now, who, I love these jerseys.
I know you do, but I'm loving those Cameroon jerseys.
I know.
It's going to be really tough for me to pick against that.
You're so passionate about the Cameroon jersey. I just have to push it through.
I mean, you just don't see a lot of these teams really emphasize their country and their crest as much on the front of their jersey as Cameroon's doing it. And they're doing it on a really nice looking background, I think.
And I can't get over the flag at the top. Because if you're looking at it from an aerial view, it is their flag. It's incredible. Yeah. So let's push them through here. They're defeating Uruguay, ranked number 43 in the nation right now. All right, now let's move over to the round 16 on the other side, playing at the same times. We have the kind of surprising Iran, who I really do like these kits.
Yeah, they're just really clean. It's going to be a tough matchup for Senegal here.
I think that's actually Next Generation Football modeling the kit as well. So it's been on our show before. Senegal, it's not actually Next Generation Football. That was just a bad joke. Senegal's kit.
Yeah, not bad, but I think Iran takes this one pretty easily. I really like the way they present their country's flag and badge.
Let's move Iran through. Australia versus Mexico. Now, I'll throw Mexico's up first.
Yeah, those are really nice. It's gonna be tough for me to pick against Australia here, but this is probably the closest battle yet. I still think I'm gonna have to give a slight edge to Mexico. I hope my boss isn't watching this right now.
I thought you were gonna say Australia. I really did.
I did too, but I just like the design of Mexico's a lot better.
I still can't decide if we can really allow the crest to take precedent over, because if you take away the crest, I love the crest, and the yellow is obviously kind of, you know what though, it has a floral pattern to it, doesn't it? When you really look at it,
a little bit. I like the Mexican design under that shirt too. I just think that looks a lot better,
and it's a little bit more consistent with I don't know. It's just a classic soccer football nation, so we're gonna throw Mexico through.
A little bit of an upset there.
I think so too, but I think a lot of people like those kits. I do, and they'll have arguably two of the best fan bases at the World Cup as well. Australia and Mexico, they really bring it with so much passion. Now let's go on to Belgium, Germany. I'll flash Germany up first.
Yeah, I really like the Red Devils kits. The Germany's a nice classic one, but it's going to be tough picking against Belgium here. I'm putting the Red Devils through.
And let me pull up Belgium real quick because they have that fiery sleeves that we're seeing. Yeah. I like it too. It's not really European, these jerseys. To me, it seems more American, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just so different from anything else that you see. I can truly say that I've never seen an international soccer jersey like this.
Kevin De Bruyne with his ginger hair, wearing the fiery jerseys. I don't know. I could see him being the player of the tournament in one of these kits. All right, so we're going to move Belgium through. They're ranked number 2 right now in the world. Korea versus Brazil, and I know you love these Korean jerseys.
I really do, but I mean, we look at the Brazil jerseys, and that is just World Cup classic right there. I agree. You gotta put them through.
We're putting them through. Okay. All right, let's analyze this real quick for a second, guys. Hit like if you're enjoying this video. I'm having a lot of fun with this, Josh. We're looking at the quarterfinals here. Let's just look at it from on the field standpoint because it's kind of fun to imagine as well. So quarterfinals, Netherlands, Argentina, totally could see that happening. Japan, Cameroon. I don't really see Cameroon making it, Josh. Do you? Japan could.
I mean, both of these teams I think could surprise people, but I mean, if we're making, once we make a full-on World Cup bracket based on the play on the field, it's probably going to look a little different than that. Yeah.
Iran, Mexico, Belgium, Brazil.
Belgium, Brazil, I can definitely see happening. Iran, Mexico, not so much.
All right, let's start off on the right side of the bracket since we started on the left prior to this. And let's look at, we'll start down below Belgium, Brazil. That's where we'll start right now. Circle our way back. Now, Brazil or Belgium? This is a tough one.
It is, but I think the classics have already gotten their due in terms of Brazil. I'm picking Belgium's again.
I agree.
I just love how different their kit is.
You have to give it to the new design. Like Adidas is bringing up, they're really bringing their game. I love Adidas with what they're doing here. We got to give it to Belgium.
Yeah.
Finally, their golden generation advancing. Oh, here we go. All right. Let's go across the bracket. I'm moving around here like crazy. We'll go Netherlands, Argentina.
Yeah,
here's Argentina.
I think it might be another. I think it might be another classic fallen.
They're both classics.
They are, but this is the Netherlands kit. Maybe it's just the way they have it lit up, but it's just so it's so bright. It looks like you're staring into the sun. I love it.
I love the crest too. I love the kind of the orange jerseys, the black Nike symbol. Yeah. Let's do it. Netherlands moving through. Two European nations. Now I think I kind of know. I won't speak too soon. Japan versus Cameroon. So here we go with Japan.
I love the Cameroon jerseys, but I mean you can't beat that. It's just the Japan ones are so nice.
It's a shame though. This has to be the matchup, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tough matchup in the quarterfinals.
Do you want to give it to Japan though, or do you kind of want to give it to Cameroon? Because I think that Cameroon is making I think they could be the most overlooked team as just terms of popularity out there from the general public, at least in the Western Hemisphere. Talking about teams, you don't hear much about them, and they really come out with this style here.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to, but I just think
Okay.
as much as I love these kits, I think the Japan ones look that much nicer.
Okay. We're going to move Japan through then.
That semifinals match is not going to be easy.
Iran versus Mexico, Josh. I can't get over the model. It's a little unfair that Iran has a model because it kind of, so does Argentina. And I wonder if this is having an effect on these brackets. But
well, the shirt on this Iran,
he looks
kit
better.
is
This guy's kind of jacked. This guy looks a little.
He also ironed the Iran shirt was ironed. The Argentina one clearly was not. All jokes aside, though, I do like kind of the simplicity of this kit, and it's a tough call between this and the other design that Mexico does. I mean, this is just a really classic Mexico kit. It's a tough call, but I think I'm going with Mexico.
I want to go with Iran here. I like the cuff of the sleeve with the flag. I really like the design, their colors moving across. And if I wish we could see the back, because I feel like the back could be a different color as well.
Yeah, because it looks like the back is going to be green.
I know. Can we verify that real quick? If the back is green, do you mind looking on your phone if you have that? Or
I'm looking.
Yeah, verify if the back is green. Can we move them through against Mexico? I just think that's very unique.
Yeah, you rarely see a split color.
It could just be the side and the top,
front and back. Why am I not seeing the back of this anywhere? Yeah, I'm not seeing the back of it anywhere, but I still think just because this is just such a different look in general. Like, we've seen Mexico kits a lot like the green one that they have. I'd be all right moving Iran through.
Let's move Iran through.
Yeah.
Okay. We have Netherlands, Japan, Belgium, Iran. Josh, why don't for the semifinal and the final, why don't you kind of like carry us through and narrate this one? I'll follow your lead for these.
Yeah, you got to take the jersey off first.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's get too excited about it.
Yep. All right, so we're in the semifinals now then. We got two really tough matchups. We got kind of innovation on the right side of the bracket there with Belgium and Iran both looking like different things. And then what looks like brilliance between Netherlands and Japan. Those are just some really, really nice kits. Let's start with Iran and Belgium, because I really don't know how I'm picking between Netherlands and Japan. We were talking a lot about the difference of the flag and the different colors on the back that it looks like as well. Brian, I know you were saying how you really like this Iranian kit.
But the Belgian kit, Josh, it has the fire to it, the fiery sleeves, which we've never seen before.
I mean, this is another really tough call, but that's why it's the semifinals. I actually might go with Iran here.
Whoa, you're on.
I really might. I'm kind of going back and forth, but there's just like the fire is really all that's happening in the Belgium kit.
It's the fire. It's fading. It's not eternal.
But if you take that away, then it's just really a plain red jersey. There's I think a lot more intricacies in the Iran kit that in the Kit World Cup, I think I would put them through to the final. It's
pretty. If you take away the sleeves, it's a pretty crappy jersey. You're right, and it's not an eternal flame. Their flame, I think, is about to be extinguished here. Let's move Iran through. That's not Iran. Yeah. There we go. I'm going to take Belgium down, and
what I will say though is, it's pretty safe to say that this other semifinal matchup is going to be the one that is going to hoist the Kit World Cup trophy, which is just a white T-shirt with a gold chain and a little World Cup pendant on it. But jokes aside, this is going to be the toughest call of this Kit World Cup, Netherlands and this beautiful Japan kit.
I think so too, Josh. Here's take a look at it. And once again, I don't think the image is doing it justice. This is Japan, and then we have the Netherlands.
I think
Netherlands, Japan.
it's just classic versus kind of innovation and just being different, and that's why I think I'm giving the edge to Japan here, because yeah, the colors are definitely a lot brighter, that orange kit for Netherlands, than we've seen before.
Mhm.
But I truly have not seen another jersey like that blue, just multicolored Japan kit.
You could argue that these jerseys aren't even as good as the last Japan World Cup in 2018. Their jerseys were awesome. I think they had like dots on them, and if I don't remember exactly, but the colors were fantastic. But I still do like what they're doing here, and Adidas is really picking up slack. They're crushing Nike. Let's send them through. This is not a sponsored video by Adidas whatsoever. I keep talking up Adidas, but let's send them through, Josh.
Yeah.
All right. Now, third place match. We're gonna have to decide between Netherlands and Belgium. We'll do the third place match real quick. I already know what I'm gonna pick. It's Netherlands, just because I just think.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you there.
Yeah, I don't want to see the flame again. I'm over it.
I've said I really do like the flames, but I think that I just love the color of that Netherlands jersey. It's just a really nice orange.
We don't need to look at Belgium again. Netherlands are the third place winner. And Josh, take us away for the final.
Yeah, weirdly the finals, one of the easier ones. Not as much, Iran has been kind of the Cinderella story of this Kit World Cup. Certainly did not come in as a team you'd expect to make such a deep run. But in the end, that Japan jersey, just brilliance across the field. That's going to be a hard one to top. My Kit World Cup winner is these Japan jerseys.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Japan has won the 2022 inaugural Kit World Cup. I'm looking for the confetti, Josh. Here it goes. Let's celebrate. There it is, Japan. Congratulations.
I'd light off fireworks, but then I'd get kicked out of my apartment, and no one wants that.
Well, Josh, there we have it. There's the 2022 inaugural Kit World Cup. I enjoyed that.
I don't think it's going to be how the bracket will shake out when it comes to the play on the field, but definitely a good way to kind of start our World Cup coverage, because we have a whole lot coming up next month.
And yep, Josh is right, and Josh will be leading the charge play-by-play for the streams. I will be somewhat live from Qatar producing videos each day just about. So guys, make sure to tune in to State of Soccer before then. But in a month from now, I will be down there in Qatar, or in the Middle East at Qatar. Looking forward to it. And guys, make sure to hit like, subscribe. And there we go. Japan is the best kid of 2022. I don't think you can dispute that. I mean, go ahead, do your best in the comments below. Josh, it's been fun.
Yeah, we do want the smoke, though, so please dispute our picks in the comments. And definitely check out some more of the World Cup coverage we got coming up next month. And don't forget, MLS Cup watch along right here on State of Soccer. I'll provide the play-by-play. We'll see who will take home that championship before we get to Qatar, Brian.
Take care, guys. It's been fun.